Hi everyone, I'm Linda Loveland with this week's NC Farm Bureau report. The North Carolina General Assembly came back to Raleigh this week to develop its COVID-19 relief bill. The bulk of the work involves appropriating federal dollars from the CARES Act passed by the U.S. Congress. Now, some of the funding could go to the State Department of Agriculture for possible depopulation and disposal of livestock related to processing disruptions. Other areas of additional funding include the Golden Leaf for small business bridge loans, local food banks with language encouraging purchases from North Carolina farmers and vendors, and possibly the Great Broadband Grant Program. The House and Senate passed their versions of the bill. They are negotiating the final compromise language, and it's expected to be finalized over the weekend. Look for our Capitol Roundup with our State Legislative Director Paul Sherman on Monday. USDA's Coronavirus Food Assistance Program will buy $300 million in ag products every month beginning May 15th for the agency's Farmers to Families Food Box program. Proposals for purchase contracts are due May 1st for suppliers to provide boxes of fresh produce, dairy products, cooked pork and chicken, and milk that will be distributed through nonprofits. Farm Bureau and the State Ag Department hosted a joint press conference to discuss the food supply chain in our state and the importance of food workers.
I also want to thank our farmers. We've talked about how hard the farmers are working to continue what they do, but I also want to thank our plant workers and also our grocers. Everybody in this food supply chain working together to keep it going.
I want consumers to remember that every piece of fresh produce that is consumed is picked by human beings somewhere in the world. And without all these workers, food doesn't get out of the field, it doesn't go to the grocery store shelves or farmers markets, and it does not get to the consumer.
The key takeaways were meat processing facilities are critical, the food supply is safe, and there is not a food shortage. And finally, this week's safety tip.
Hi, I'm Callie Carson with the North Carolina Farm Bureau Safety Team. Slips, trips, and falls are the most common farm injuries, and you wouldn't come off a ladder facing away. So why would you come off your tractor like that? Being proactive is the best way to prevent an injury, and that's your Farm Bureau Safety Tip.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for another NC Farm Bureau report.